I need you to know this. There's real power in what you keep to yourself. Now, as you mature as a man, you realize everything isn't meant for public consumption. Oversharing can ruin relationships, weaken your image, and invite unnecessary drama. That's why in today's video, I'm going to share with you 10 things every man should keep private. Because real strength isn't loud. It's quiet, intentional, and controlled. Now, if you're new here, welcome, Jeff, your Style O.G. On this channel, we discuss various men's lifestyle topics such as style, grooming, and dating. If any or all those topics interest you, I invite you to subscribe, tap the notification bell, and join us. And to my returning friends like Roy O'Grady, salute. Now, first up on the list of 10 things I highly believe every man should keep private, this one is very important. I want you to understand you need to keep your next move to yourself. Now, this is a lesson I believe every man needs to know. You see, your next move isn't everybody's business. You know why? Because you might not realize not everybody wants you to win. When you talk too much, you invite unnecessary drama, doubt, and even sometimes sabotage. But when you move in silence, you stay focused, locked in, and very unpredictable. That's why it's very important that you let your results speak for you, not your mouth. Because real success doesn't need validation, just execution. So whether it's a new job, a business idea, or your personal growth, protect it until it comes to fruition. Because in my opinion, grown men don't broadcast their play. They show up in the end zone. Now, next up on the list, we're going to get into something that's definitely not for everybody. You shouldn't be sharing with everyone your emotional struggles. Here's the thing, as a grown man, you will face pressures, failures, pain, and setbacks. That's just life. But real maturity is about knowing who to open up to and when. Dumping your emotions on the wrong person can make you seem unstable, or even worse, give ammo to the wrong folks. And that doesn't mean I want you to bottle up your emotions. That's not healthy. I just want you to guard them. You only share your emotional struggles with those you trust, who actually can help, not those who just want to gossip about your problems. Yes, every man struggles, but the smart man, he struggles strategically. Remember, your peace is sacred, so don't invite just anybody in the door. And that piggybacks nicely into the next thing I believe every guy should keep to themselves. You don't want to go around broadcasting your self-doubts. Please, whatever you do, don't go around always letting people know the doubts that you have about yourself. Here's why. Yes, there's strength in your vulnerability, but there's no strength in recklessness. When you constantly speak about your insecurities, your fears, or where you feel like you don't measure up, you're inviting the wrong people to question your value, even if you're just being honest. A grown man processes his self-doubts with purpose. He leans on mentors, tight-knit brothers, or professionals, not just random people on public platforms. Because here's the thing, everybody doesn't need a front row seat to your internal battles. So handle your doubts with discipline, because silence doesn't mean weakness. It means being in control. Now, a lot of times our self-doubts are rooted in some past mistakes. That's natural. But I want you to realize you don't need to go around sharing those past mistakes with everyone. It's a grown man truth that your past mistakes aren't everybody's business. We've all slipped, fallen, or made choices we're not proud of. That's part of life's journey. But that doesn't mean you need to carry your past like a badge of shame or a conversation starter. Acknowledge it, learn from it, and grow from it. But don't feel the need to share it or explain it to everyone. You see, the wrong people, they'll judge you and use it against you. With the right people, they'll pay more attention to the man you are now, not who you used to be. Because I want you to realize personal growth is quiet, intentional, and consistent. We all need to realize our mistakes have made us, but we can't allow them to define us. Now, next up on the list of the 10 things I believe every man should keep private, I really believe in this one. Please, whatever you do, keep your good deeds to yourself. You see, real generosity doesn't need an audience. If you're just doing it to brag or post about it, it's coming from the wrong place. Mature men move with quiet integrity. Whether you've given money, offered support, or just made somebody's day a little bit brighter, do it because it's the right thing, not for the applause. I know, you give, you're a nice guy, you're kind. All of that is great, but the moment you start needing credit for doing good, it's no longer about doing the right thing. It's about your ego. True character shows when nobody's watching. So serve, uplift, and move on. Because that's quiet power and that's real charity. Now, next up is something that a lot of men have struggled to keep private, especially when they're younger, since we've gotten around women and maybe gotten a little lucky. You need to make sure you keep your sex life to yourself. You see, real men don't brag about what they do behind closed doors. It's nobody's business about your body count, your partner's performance, or who you've been with. This doesn't look confident. It makes you look immature. You see, your intimacy should be respected, not broadcasted. The more you talk about it, the less mystery you carry and the less class you carry as well. And here's another thing, trust me, women are listening to how you're talking. They're paying attention to how you speak, even about another woman. So here's what I want you to do when it comes to your sex life. Keep it player and keep it between you and her. You see, real confidence is when you know your business is your business and hers. Real confidence doesn't feel the need to boast and brag. Now, next up is a huge mistake I see a lot of guys making when it comes to sharing their personal business. Please, whatever you do, don't share your relationship problems. Let me say it once and say it again. Keep your relationship problems private. Don't run to your boys, your mama, or even worse, social media. When you do, you're only adding fuel to the fire. Grown men handle conflict at home with maturity and respect. When you air out your issues, you're only inviting opinions, judgment, and drama that doesn't belong. Plus, once you forgive her or she forgives you, the other people you've already told, they hold grudges. Trust me, you're much better off keeping your business in-house. Don't share it with the rest of the world, because to have a healthy, successful relationship, it needs to be protected, not performed. So when you do have relationship issues, handle like a man. Quiet, respectful, and behind closed doors. Now, next up on the list of the things I believe every man should keep private, I want to make this one perfectly clear. Please, whatever you do, keep your financial details to yourself. I'm talking about how much you make, what you spend, how much you've invested, your next financial move. When you share these things with the wrong people, it's not a flex. It actually makes you a target, especially when you tell your business to the wrong people. Talking about your money invites envy, fake friends, or pressure to live up to outside expectations. You don't need any of that. Grown men move in silence, especially when it comes to their financial details. Let your lifestyle speak for itself, because your wealth needs to be managed, not broadcast loudly to the rest of the world. Whether you're stacking, investing, or rebuilding, keep it private, because real power is quiet. Real men don't count their money out loud. They let it work for them behind the scenes. This up is something I believe you should keep to yourself if you're on the road to personal growth. I believe you should keep private your self-improvement progress. You see, especially in the social media age, a lot of people like to post about their progress before they've done any real work. Don't let that be you. You see, real transformation doesn't need a spotlight. Whether you're hitting the gym, transforming your finances, or getting your mindset right, that's your business. Act like it. It's very important that you share your results, not your reps. When you share every piece of your progress, you invite doubt, judgment, opinions, and distractions that can throw you off the progress towards your goal. So move in silence, stay consistent, and let the new you walk into rooms only the old you could dream of. Growth is personal, so do it for you, not the likes. Stay locked in, stay focused. Now, next up is something I believe you should keep private that a lot of guys might not give a lot of thought to. I firmly believe you should keep your enemies and your grudges to yourself. You see, I believe when you're constantly talking about who did you wrong or who you're beefing with, you're giving them free rent in your mind and power over your energy. That doesn't mean you aren't going to have enemies or have grudges, but that doesn't mean you let them see you sweat. You see, a real man, he doesn't carry bitterness around. Grudges can weigh you down, distract you from your mission, and keep you emotionally exhausted. See, keeping silent about your enemies and grudges, this isn't displaying weakness. Let them wonder how you bounce back so smoothly, while they're still caught up in the original drama. Forgive if you can, forget if you must, but move on with purpose. Your future is too big to be stuck in petty. Okay, so there you have it. 10 things I firmly believe every man should keep private. Now do me a favor, let me know in the comment section anything you believe the Style O.G family should be keeping to themselves. And if you enjoyed this video and found it informative, I highly recommend you check out a recent video I did about the harsh truths every man over 30 needs to hear. You can check it out right here.